Kelly. No, you're good. Thank you. Thanks.
All right, I think we're ready. Morning, everybody. Hey, Brian.
Morning.
Hello, hello.
All right. Usually I have technical difficulties because of YouTube, but today it seems to be going pretty smooth. Let's see.
Well, we'll see how many people are on too. I know it's almost Christmas. This is always the interesting time of the year. Some people check out, some people get ahead.
I know. Um, this is the time that I sit there and I go through everything and I text Mark. I've been going through my Google account, right? And shit, because I got time right now. Let me rephrase. I got a lot of listings this particular last 2 weeks, but at the same time, I'm trying to see what other agents are doing out there on Google and ChatGPT, and I'm stalking them, going down deep and under, and I figured it out. I'm paying a company $650 to get this done for me, and what they've been doing and trying to do, I got it done like in 2 hours. So I'll be showing that at 10:15. Okay, Vanessa, are you on, Lily? I'm gonna, okay, while you're doing that, tell me when you're ready so I can go ahead and turn on YouTube. I'm Instagram. Brian, there's got to be an easier way, man, for Instagram.
We can look into some different streaming services. It just matters where we actually launch the Zoom. Like they have Zoom webinars, Zoom meetings, they have different kind of platforms that you can stream everything to. Might have to turn you into like one of those Twitch streamers, you know what I mean? Putting you in all the different platforms.
I'd be looking forward to that one because really that would simplify it for me. It would be nice to go live on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok all at the same time. TikTok sent me a notification because I've been really on social media lately and says you cannot go live. I thought you were able to go live right away on TikTok, but according to the message I got, I'm barely eligible for going live on TikTok.
Yeah, they want like 1,000 followers. They're a little bit more strict about stuff like that.
I think it was more what how many views you get. You know, Hamis, I went live with her the other day on TikTok, so and she has 2 followers. So I don't know how that.
Maybe they just
I'm
like
kidding,
hummus better. Who knows?
I'm kidding, Hamis. I don't know how she did it though, but she did it. All right, let me see. Give me a moment, everybody. Lily, are you on?
Yes.
All right. While you do that, I'm gonna go over here on TikTok. I'm sorry, on Instagram. Go ahead, Lily. Talk to everybody while I do this.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Nobody likes Mondays, but I like Mondays
Good
because we get
Hey,
morning.
to do
you know
Mondays
what?
together.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'm actually kind of curious too, not to interrupt Lily, but what's everybody doing to get ready for 2026? Are we kind of checked out for the year, or are we still going hard? I would imagine. Is anybody doing open houses this weekend?
No, we're not.
Open.
We're not gonna do it this weekend. At least I don't think so. Are we, Lily? Oh shit.
Are we what?
Are we having open houses this weekend?
I don't know.
Damn, I didn't think of that.
My
Damn.
birthday is this weekend.
Let me see. Say that again, Lily.
My birthday is this weekend.
Oh, happy early birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna call today listing appointment because really that's what it is, right, Lily? Listing appointment. Listing appointment.
By this
Done.
week. Yep.
And let's go live. And let's invite Lily. Video date today. Lily. Miss. Lily, you have two
I
You
know
both.
one's my personal, one is my my real estate one, and I'm trying to build up the real estate one. But everybody already has my, my regular one. So
Okay, I'll go with your regular one then.
yeah, Missy Barra.
That's the one that gets 50,000 views, like so
Actually, the
fast.
real estate one's the one I got 55, 53. I'm
Really, that
excited.
was the.
I'm gonna start doing more videos.
Okay, did you just see that? I just sent it to you. You see it? The invite? All right, let's see what I can see here. Tell me when you see it, so I can ignore it now. Let me see. Good morning, Ruben. Good morning. Who else can I see here? Rick. Yep, that's you. You're real. Usually I get to see someone's picture. Jerry, good morning. Leonard, Larry, Brian, Rosanna. Let's see who else can I see. And Dewey and Downey. Why do I know that? Dewey's always in Downey. Jeez. I gotta see more Dewey signs when I drive through Downey. I got a listing at Downey. Dewey, you should borrow it. You should borrow it so you can expose yourself, man. Not nude. Expose your signature.
Well, I'll have wine and cheese open house on like Friday at midnight. That'd be awesome.
Say it again.
Wine and cheese open house Friday at midnight till 2 o'clock in the morning. Well,
Oh,
like a
stop.
rave. Be great.
Holy moly, I like the way that sounds. I'll be there. Send me a ticket. All right, everybody, let's get started here.
Add me again. It's not
Again?
there. Yeah, it's not there.
Okay, hold on, Lily. Let's go here. Invite Lily. There you go, Lily.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see here, everybody. Let's recap. Okay, and let me just open this up here. Slideshow. All right, everybody. Good morning. Just recap. You guys know that I list, I flip, and I do wholesales. Okay. And that's what this community is all about to show you guys. Right now, just reminder, the biggest transfer of wealth is about to happen. It's been happening. That's where a lot of my listings have been coming from people passing, unfortunately, and then their kids take the real estate and to hold on to it. For many of them, they just want to get rid of it. Okay, it's interesting. But we have to show up and tell them why they should keep it. If they choose to sell it, many times that's where the opportunity comes in. They want a cash offer because that's what everybody's running ads, cash offer. When you meet with them, the cash offer doesn't really make sense at all. All right. So what I do here is I show them the difference by keeping the property, borrowing it, or someone in the family keeping it, buying everybody out, because that's usually where the argument is. Okay. And that's where all my listings majority are coming from. Okay. Move this over here. Keep getting messages. Let me turn this off. Okay. So with us, guys, I want to tell you every Monday we have a class. Okay. Every Monday. And we're going to change it back to Tuesdays. We're here temporarily. Today's class is going to be on Navcash. I show you how to capture leads. You're going to get lead after lead after lead, but you have to learn how to close those leads. Okay. But at the moment on Mondays, we show you how to capture leads. Many, many, many different ways. I'm always adapting every 3-4 months. Right now, I'm on Google and ChatGPT. And every time I do this, the lead flow just continues to come in. We also on Mondays at 10:15, for those of you who want me to show you more, I give you personal attention. I make my phone number available to you guys so you guys can call me and I want to help you. And the reason we do this is because when you guys find deals out there, because you need a cash buyer, a lot of our ads are cash, cash offers. I'm your buyer. Okay, I'll buy it. Okay, and if I don't, I'll find someone for you. But the whole point is, make sure you understand this. The whole point is it's a hook. It's a conversation starter. This is how you're going to get the attention of the clients, okay? And then on Wednesdays, yeah, you got the lead. Yeah, you showed up to the listing boy, but they listed with someone else because you weren't able to present. This is where you need the tools that will help you close. And that's one of the tools that I'm going to be using today. And I'm going to show you. And that's with the Hamas from New American Funding. I use this tool over and over. And every time I meet with her, she wants to talk about all her other loan packages, which is cool. But it's the nav cash that is the hook for me. I pull them in, they bite. And in the end, they use the normal loan program. But the whole point is it's an option to them. And that's what we're supposed to do. When someone's going to sell the family home that someone has passed or sell the family home because they need something bigger, they need options. And one of the tools that I bring to them is NAV Cash. All right. Then on Thursdays, we do the implementation class. I'm sorry. On Thursdays, we go over all the technical parts, because you guys are sitting there asking yourself, how how do I use my CRM, which I give you guys? How do I run Google Ads, which I give you guys? How do I? Well, Thursday's technical day, okay? And Wednesday is closing date. On Wednesday, I show you when you get that lead, how to present all the options. So truly, I'm giving you everything that as an active realtor, nobody does. So here we teach you everything we do. Now, here's how this works, okay? Even though we're going to talk about Navcash today, many of you are my agents in my office. Many of you are new today, and many of you have been with us for quite some time. But it's all about where do we get the leads? And there's multiple lead sources out there. And I'm always in front. I'm always figuring out where those leads are. And that's what I show you. I'm explaining the same thing all over again, but in a different format because we all see things differently. Okay. So now that you got the lead, you all use the same scripts. How do I know that? Because I do about 180 listing appointments every given year. I used to do 250, but I'm slowing down now. Okay. At 180, when I show up, everybody does the same freaking thing. You guys showed up with the escrow paper showing what escrow gave you. You guys use the same script that everybody shows you, but some of you are really good at it, but some of you, you just sound like a robot. Okay. And you sound like everybody else. So the script part is we've modified ours because we have to be different. And that's why you're going to use your own personality. And it's not a script, guys. It's not a script. It's numbers. It's all about the numbers. So when you show them the numbers and you're telling a true story, it works on Google Ads. It works on expired. It works on for sale by owners. It works on cash offers. Then finally, they said yes to you. Come on over. All right. Well, this is the part I'm talking about, the numbers. When you break down numbers, I went to a listing appointment in Hacienda Heights yesterday, and they're Chinese. Communication for between both of us was horrible, horrible. Okay. I had to use my phone to say certain words so they would understand me, but it was the numbers. It was the numbers on the net sheet that they were seeing. And the net sheet is what I provide you guys so you guys get more listings. And by the way, they listed with me, Hacienda Heights. Okay. But what followed was the actual listing presentation, which is where I bring up the products that we offer, which one of them was NAV Cash. On this particular one, Hacienda Heights, unfortunately, they're in a financial position, so they're not going to be using NAV Cash, but I brought it up. I saw her eyes sparkle, and then she went back down, realizing that she cannot keep this house and she's going to sell it. All right. Now, when I show you these things, guys, you are saying Angel's full of shit. Is he a real person? Well, Google me. Google me when you get a chance. How many homes has Angel sold? Does he have client reviews? How much experience he has? So what I'm telling you, I'm an active, real realtor just like you. So as you all know, my numbers actually work. So when you go to Zillow, right, you guys can see the inventory. My freaking agents have turned into listing machines because it's not just me now. They're actually everybody in my office is listing properties. Okay. The one I just put on the market is Jersey, personally and me. The one that you see here on story is one of my personal flips, and the one on Menlo, I didn't want to go to the appointment, so I sent one of my team members. I did the Zoom on, I did the listing appointment on Zoom, and we got the listing. Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is what we're showing you right now, which what me and Brian created and Mark and Lily actually does work. Now, let me give you this even better visual. This is my December listing appointments. This is real, guys. You see there's 18. You see on the side, listed, 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 listed. You guys run your own personal business, so you need to track the same thing as I do. You see the site here? These are the actual to clean up on my site. These are the actual listed, and this is how I run my business. And you see down here, Blanchard, Northland, Cardosa, they've already said yes to me. So we're going to be putting those on the market sometime at the beginning of the year. Okay, so when you look at all this, all these properties are listed, and these other ones will become listed. See, Blanchard will be turned into listed. Northwood will turn into listed, and Cardosa is above. Angel, but did you do this by yourself? Hell no. I leverage myself, and this is what I teach you guys. You see, I'm a realtor just like you. And Lily, you're sitting there, and as I'm explaining to you, sometimes I talk too fast, Lily. So please stop me if sometimes I'm just rambling because I'm trying to tell these people that this is the moment for them to become a listing agent. What are you guys doing right now to get ready, right? And Brian, you too, interrupt me because you know as much as I do what I'm doing to get everybody psyched up here, if that makes sense. But you see here on the side, these are the team members that I work with and they book the appointment for me. Gail, I did it on Zoom. Okay. Northwood, I did it on Zoom. Nantis, I did it on Zoom. This one I actually went because it's Whittier. Oops. Uh, Jersey, I did, even from Santa Fe Springs, I did it on Zoom. All right. Summer Shade, I did it in person. You guys get the point. And then you see on the side, this is the assistance of my VAs. Oh, look, I didn't even realize I put Zoom here on the side, guys, to give you an overview. All right. Recap one more time, and then we'll move on to our class so we can show you what we do. Okay. These are the things that I teach you every Monday. It varies. Okay. Today at 10:15, I'm going to show everybody how I have modified Google and ChatGPT. Every time I type my name in, boom, I pop up in any city I want. That's 10:15. I'm going to show you guys. For those who want to attend, I'm telling you right now, become an implementation member. I'm going to make your life so different. You guys are going to make more money. Right now at 10:15, also I'm going to give my VAs on board so they can show you what they're doing to pull in so many clients. And today, right now at 9 a.m., it's going to be the tool that I use with Navcash to make this happen. Everything you want, you don't have to listen to me. You can go straight into my school community. And sorry, Hamis, your smile is so beautiful. Hold on, I'm going to pass this on to you so you can show these guys what it is that you and I do when we connect with people. But in the school community, everybody, for those of you who want to be part of our community, here's the classroom. Everything you want is in there, okay? But what you do is you go into the About section, and let me make sure I'm in the right spot. Yes, I am. Okay. You go into the About section, okay? And here's all you need to do, guys. In here, it tells you I'm real, how many transactions I've done, how many billions I've sold. You go into this little thing here and you type in your information, guys. You get access to my entire everything I do. And the reason I do this is if I give it to you for free, you ain't gonna do shit. I'll say it one more time. I give it to you for free, you ain't gonna do nothing. But if you pay a little bit of something, and by the way, it is free for 14 days. But if you pay $99, you'll get access to it, and then you'll start watching what you have to do. I paid Tatiana London $10,000, and I'm in her fucking thing every single day because I paid. If she would have given it to me, I would not have gone it. And she only gives me access for 3 months. So I'm accessing because I want to get everything out of it, as what I'm trying to show you folks. Okay, let's go back here. Lily, you haven't said anything.
You're doing great.
By the way, all of you in our community, I want you guys to join the community because I'm also going to help you grow on social media. We're not a social media company, but I'm just mimicking what Tatiana does. I'm going to give you the videos. I've always given you the videos on what to post and how to modify. So you take one of the videos that you want, you put it into ChatGPT, as I showed you, you modify it, and then you put it into this community. Then we all will like and share and comment. And this is how your social media presence will start to grow. I'm telling you, I do everything here. Okay. Now, for those of you that are here for the first time, is there anybody here for the first time? If you are, I'll invite you to my 10:15 class. Who's new here right now? Tell me in the chat.
And I do know those who showed up before, who continue to show up on Mondays.
Okay,
So,
Nicole, give Lily your number and she'll text you the link for our class today at 10:15. Okay. For those of you that have been here forever and you haven't become implementation members, well, sorry guys, you can't come. You guys have to join because I got to get a commitment from you guys. I got to get you to grow. Okay. And let's go back here.
I invited Nicole. Thank you, Angel.
I'm sorry.
I invited Nicole. Thank you for inviting her.
yay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's
She
go
can,
back.
yeah, join us for the implementation class.
Okay. So my beautiful person who's going to speak to you guys today is Hamis, okay? And Hamis is for me and I always tell her product is this, okay? It's the buy before you sell program. And when I go to these listing appointments, you guys got to understand, these guys are stressed. I picked up another listing here on First Street. right? It's going on the market. What? God, I picked up so many, guys. Oof, I just realized that. Let me take you back. Look, Rideout, Whittier, Jersey, Santa Fe Springs, Valley, Whittier, Torrance. This was not mine. This was Ariana, but Ariana didn't want to lose this listing. So I did the listing presentation for her, and she got lucky because that guy would have not gone with her. He asked so many questions. When I was done with this guy, when I ran the numbers, he was so impressed. He had interviewed 6 people. All right, City of Terrace, ChatGPT, Newmark, ChatGPT. I just did those modifications, guys. I just did those modifications. What the hell am I doing in LA and El Monte? And that's what I'm going to show you at 10:15. The seat First Street and Muscle Robles. The reason I'm telling you this is to go back. This is the product that I utilize to tell people that buy before you sell, buy before you sell. Okay.
I
And
did
with
want to
this,
add something really quick. Sorry. So Angel is straight Whittier, but he's taking listings in Los Angeles and all over the cities because one, he wants to help people. So when he takes those listings in LA, he gives the opportunity to the listing agent members to cover his open houses. That way you guys can get the opportunity to brand yourself and pick up another listing.
thank you. You're right. I forgot about that. And when they do that, we offer cash on everybody that walks in, and that's at 10:15 also. I'm including our conversation, how it goes for cash offers. And it's not the same, guys. It's not like everybody else. And that's why I think we've gotten so many listing appointments. That is the hook. That is the hook. And then you need to call to action. So if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna turn this over to Hannah so she can cover everything we do. So if you guys don't mind and coming off speaker and on camera for a moment and say, welcome, Hannah. Come on, everybody, come on camera and on
James,
speaker.
welcome.
Welcome, Hennis.
Welcome, Hamish.
Welcome, James.
Only a couple people came off camera. Let me see
What?
who that was. Let me see. I only saw, well, Sam, you're always off camera. Thank you. Brian, you're always off camera. And so is Larry. Hey, Larry, don't hurt me, man. Be careful there. Hi, Marina. Okay, and Tony, Epson, Larry, you're so handsome. Deborah, let me see who else I got in here. Okay, that was it. All right. Hamis, I want you to introduce yourself and tell them, hey, you and I went on TikTok. And we had like 3 people because we were learning how to go on TikTok live. And so I was kidding when I said that, okay? But Hamis, please introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. I am so excited to be here with all of you. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, Lily, Brian, everybody on the listing agent team. You guys are amazing. I'm excited to share some great benefits about NavCash. I'm Hamis with New American Funding. I've been with New American for about 12 and a half years now. Prior to that, it was Countrywide Home Loans. So I've been in the industry, just like a lot of you, for a long time. Today, I'm so excited. Honestly, I really am, because this is a tool that I'm going to share with you guys. And thank you again, Angel, because this is a privilege that that I get to share with you guys, because we are the only ones that offer this program. And when I say program, it's really like a tool. And what NavCash is all about is, so a quick background about NavCash. It was formed in 2021, and the owner of our company, Rick and Patty Arviello, they actually formed this for potential buyers in the future. And the mission behind it was to provide the borrowers a competitive edge in a cash buying market. And basically what that means is, perhaps there are other loan or programs, all cash programs out there, but ours is different. Ours honestly is different. And by the way, I do have Rick Ogren in the background. He is our real estate trainer for NavCash, because everyone that wants to be certified has to go through a 45-minute training. And it's basically just a certification. So you could utilize NavCash for your buyers and sellers. So basically, the biggest objective is the buyers get the house that they want, right? And we've done a few transactions with Angel. We've had a lot of success with it. And so I'm here to share a couple of things. And Angel, you could chime in too about some of our past experiences we've had. And they've actually turned out amazing. And even though Angel says he uses it as a hook, the benefits are huge for the buyer, because what we do is, of course, we pre-approve your buyer, your seller, to become a buyer first, number one. number one thing, we've got to get them pre-approved through me. So once they are fully pre-approved, you as their agent can start writing cash offers using conventional financing and VA, which is the only two programs we're able to use. FHA is not an option. And you write the offer up all cash on their behalf. This is after they've been pre-approved. I'm kind of just jumping right into it, okay? And of course, the benefits you'll hear me say are now they become a cash buyer, right? So now they're actually buying this home, which is their replacement property, you guys, all cash. So basically, I'll back up a little bit and say that you as the listing agent is using this as a tool, but you're pitching it to them in a way where they're now we as a NAV cash, we're buying their replacement property. So in essence, we have nothing to do with their departing residence. This is why I say we're different, is because some other programs, and I believe perhaps HomeLight is one of them, will utilize the benefit of tapping into the equity, if I'm not wrong, into the actual home that they own, which is their current residence. We don't do that at all. We have nothing to do with their current home. We have everything to do with their replacement property. So we will buy their replacement property all cash on their behalf. So we, and I can kind of get into the logistics of it, but basically I always say, and Rick actually shared this with me the other day, we were on a call. He says, and I have to write this down, you guys, sorry, but it says, you ask your client, this is what's going to differentiate you, right? Has anyone ever helped you write an all cash offer? So if you kind of come out that way and you ask them that question, they're going to be like, wait, what? What does that mean? No one's ever shown us how to write an all cash offer or how to be an all cash buyer. Great. So let me show you, because this is our opportunity to, to explain all this. So then you kind of get into it and you tell them all about it. So that's one of the things that I think helps, is you guys having this as a tool, right? So let me get back into the quick way of getting the cash offer deal going. So once they've been pre-approved through me, they become an all cash buyer. So once they become an all cash buyer, you're now searching for their replacement property. And by the way, they don't have to be a seller. They can be a first time buyer as well. So once you find their current home that they want to make an offer on, the benefits are huge, you guys. So you make an offer that is non-contingent, right? Because now you're all cash, and you can basically, we become the buyer. So I keep backtracking, but stay with me here. So you're the agent writing the offer with one of our TCs at NAV. So you are actually writing an all cash offer for the client, but they're not the buyer. We are the buyer. So when we buy this home all cash for them, we can close in 10 days, 20 days, 3 days, 5 days, whatever it is. We are literally an all cash offer and buyer. So you have that advantage. You are now writing an offer with NAV Cash LLC as the buyer, even though your buyer is the client who's your seller. They are now kind of hanging out until we close the cash transaction. And in the meantime, once we close the cash transaction, they're getting ready to move, because guess what? They get keys right there and then. And you also get paid. So once they get keys, they get to move into their new home. Once they move into their new home, the other advantage you have as their agent is you list a vacant property. You list a home that can potentially sell faster because it's vacant. You could show it more often. You could do the open houses. You could stage it. You could clean it up, do whatever you have to do to sell it faster, because we give them up to 60 days to sell their departing residents. Because in essence, what we do is we turn around and we sell the home back to them. So they buy the home back from us. And when they do that, we do that only when their sale is finalized, because now we have the money from the departing residents to close on their replacement property. So while we're holding the home, we give you, the agent, up to 60 days to sell their property. Once you guys put the home in escrow, once it closes, we now take the money and we can close on their home loan. Okay.
I'm going to add this to this is what's so exciting about this product, guys. And I'm telling you, this product for me makes me a ton of money, not because they're going to use the product, but because of that hook. But now you got a vacant house. I want you to think carefully about this. You're in Downey, you're in Whittier, you're in Pasadena, where you're, but you have a vacant house, right? You can get spruce it up, you can get it staged, but that becomes your office. Right now, you drive your office, you work from home, you're not making any money. Now you got a vacant property that you can expand from cold call, door knock. I don't care what you do. You know what I tell you what to do, but you can turn that one property into two. And when people walk into that property, you can tell them if they're a seller, they can use the same program to buy this property for cash. Hope you
Yep.
guys hear that. That now turned into one check, which could have been a $25,000 check. And now you may double end the property. That's another $25,000 check. Plus, you're listing their home. So if you're listening to her carefully, a simple product called NAV Cash can turn into $75,000. And sometimes they leave the state. They're going to a different city, a different state, not a country, just state. They can still use this product because this product works across the country. So now you, instead of getting a commission on that side, you'll get a referral fee. Go ahead, Hammond. Sorry.
Yeah, no, thank you so much, Angel, for saying that, because that is literally on point. If somebody walks in and they have no idea what this is, you pitch it to them. Now you get their attention. Now it's just like a domino effect. Like, that's amazing, right? That's what you want to do, is utilize this tool. And even though, like Angel said in the beginning, it may not work for everybody, it is something for you to differentiate yourself and to stand out, especially in a listing presentation, just like he does, because if he doesn't talk about something that everybody else isn't talking about, he's going to stand out. And so can you. So that's the huge benefit. And as far as like the way the program itself works, like I said earlier, it's for conventional and VA only. It doesn't work for FHA. And realistically, all we have done so far is we pre-approved the client, we've submitted the cash offer gets accepted and closed, your client moves in, and then they buy the home back from us. And it's nationwide. And I know what you're thinking. Okay, so what are the fees? How much does this cost? Okay, so good question. We do have different fees set in place for all of the states in the nation. So it could be different for California, Texas, Nevada, it's all different. For California, it's 2.05%. So I'll quickly touch on how that works. So if they are purchasing a home, and I'm using 500,000 as an example, and I know the fee had gone up, so hold on. I should have been more prepared. Sorry, you guys.
But even while you're figuring that out, everybody, don't get into explaining the fees.
Yeah.
Let Rick or Hammis do that. Your whole goal is to use it as a hook. So she's just going to give you an overview for the understanding. So do not go into, hey, 2.5, blah, blah, blah. But
Right.
she's going to give you the explanation.
Thank you, Angel. Yeah, that's correct. So we would turn around and sell the home back to them for $510,250. So basically, we finance that 2.05%. So it's not money they come in out of pocket. It's not an additional, fee they actually have to pay. Technically, they are paying it, but it's financed. Now, does that make a big difference in their payment? Hardly. So even if the 2.05%, and $1 million can sound like over $20,000, it doesn't matter. They are financing it. It only matters of, okay, so how much does my payment change? How much does it go up? And on $20,000, you're probably looking at about less than $200. So to get the home that they want and to pay that and finance it, it's like, okay, this sounds too good to be true. But you guys, that's all it is. And I do want to touch on the 60-day thing, because I know there's probably questions pondering in your mind about the 60-day thing. So when we sell the home, when we give you the opportunity, once we close on the cash deal to sell their home in 60 days, we really, really want you to try to sell it within that 60 days. And I know with Angel, he's done a few already, and it's been great because he sold it right within the time frame, even sooner. So what we want to do is the 60 days they have a rent back, right? So we want to aggressively price their home, make sure that it's right on the money so that we don't incur additional fees, because besides the 2.05%, they have a rent back. So once they get keys and they get to move into their home, the new home, while you're trying to sell their departing residence, the day that they get their keys, that's when the rent back starts. So besides the 2.05%, the second thing I always like to mention, which this is what would conclude the fee part of it, is the rent back. So the rent back is, again, it's on a schedule of fees based on the purchase price. So it's going to be different for everybody. But once they get keys and they are renting the home back from us, that is an amount that we calculate after the home loan transaction, which is transaction B or transaction 2, if you will. Once we close, we now know how long they rented back. Okay, so let's just take 30 days, for example. It took Angel 30 days to sell their departing residence. Their rent back was $5,000. Now they owe us $5,000 for renting back. However, they're not paying that $5,000 until we close the second transaction. And then they get invoiced. I believe, Rick, you can correct me for the record if I'm wrong. I believe it's 30 days after we close transaction 2 is when they get their $5,000 invoice, and they can wire the funds. They can put it on a credit card. And I always tell my clients, guys, allocate certain amount of, and we calculate what that is, but an X amount of monies from the net proceeds of the sale to make sure we have enough to cover that money, that rent back invoice. Because it's very important not to, you won't be surprised because we're going to talk about it. You're going to know you're going to owe, but I don't want any surprises and be like, oh my gosh, we didn't know, because you're going to know. So I always suggest getting the net sheet from escrow and allocating maybe 2 months of rent, setting it aside from that while we determine how much we're going to need to for the down payment of the transaction 2, closing fees, and then a little bit left over for the invoice that they're going to receive from renting back. So again, 2 things. A, we have the 2.05%, again, for the state of California. It's going to be different for all states. And then the second thing is the rent back. And that is literally it, you guys. That's all as far as fees. So there's no catch. There's no additional things that they'll incur. And if they have a mortgage on their existing property right now, they're going to continue paying that mortgage until you close their transaction, or you close the sale of their home. They don't have to worry about the rent back until after transaction 2 is closed. And so that's kind of what it would be in a nutshell. And then realtors, you just have to train for this or be a certified realtor to use the program. That's pretty much it, Angel.
How I use this, everybody, and how I explain it to the client when I'm at the listing appointment. And let me give you a visual. Let's go back to my sharing. By the way, everybody, I got Leonard in here. He's my escrow officer. Say hi, Leonard.
Good morning, everybody.
So between Leonard and Hamas, those are my 2 people. And I wanted Leonard to be on here because when I use this product, you guys got to be on top of the game. Many times the product will be utilized, right? And along the way, we sell their home at the same time. When that happens and we sell their home, rather than what's the word, utilizing the product, because it'll cost them, it'll cost them money, but it's like a credit card, right? I'm going to back up one more step. They go to another state, they go to San Francisco within California, and they have a credit card. They see the property that they like, they buy it, and they buy it cash, to be exaggerated. That's how I explain it to the client at a listing presentation. So they buy the property for cash. Now, all of a sudden, we got a buyer for the house here in the city of Whittier. We're no longer going to use the product. We're going to go with the normal product. And we just recently did that, me and Havis. We sold a property here on Meyer in Whittier, and they brought one on Chestnut with Ramon Sanchez being the listing agent over there. And the reason they accepted my offer is because we look like cash. But in the process, we sold ours and we got it done. We did it one more time. I had a client here in Whittier on Amsdale, right? We started with the product, and they follow through with the product. They paid the fees because they wanted to move to Bakersfield, I think it was. And when they bought the house in Bakersfield, they bought it cash, and they still didn't move. But we put the house on the market, they moved over there, and then we sold theirs. But the reality is, on that particular one, they could have closed them both at the same time, but they chose to pay that extra money. Okay, that's how important it is. Let me show you something else. How I use this product, everybody. When and I showed you this screen, so I'm going to go back to the screen. During my listing presentation, I tell the client, I'm going to get you a cash buyer for your home. Because remember, they might have called you on a cash offer, right? But you're not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy it. It just doesn't make sense. When you use the net sheet, it shows the difference between a retail offer and a cash offer. When they see that, they realize, oh my God, we better not sell my house as a cash offer. But you still got the ability to tell them, I'm going to get you a cash buyer because I'm going to run ads talking about the NAF cash program, buy before you sell. So they're going to pay you top dollar for your home at market value or more utilizing cash. That is the sentence that many agents can't deliver. That's why I'm telling you, when you bring this product to them, and there's two guys, there's Homelight and there's New American. New American gives the loan and gives the credit card to exaggerate. The loan means that they're going to get a loan through New American. The credit card means they're going to go buy a house cash. I'm explaining it a little bit differently so it makes more sense to you guys. Homelight, all they do is they give you the credit card and you go buy the house. The difference with Homelight is they let you use whatever lender you want to utilize. So there's a couple more obstacles that you got to go through. If you want simplicity, New American. If you want a little bit of structure, Homelight. But I always use both, and in the end, they always use New American majority of the time. So what I'm trying to tell you folks is that this tool is a great listing tool to get the attention of the consumer. Now, Hamas, you said were you going to deliver because you also have normal products, right? And tell me how that happens because usually we start off with NAV cash. How is it that when you run the NAV cash and you see their face and they're going, "Oh my God, this is too much money"? How do you deliver the next part with normal loan?
So it's just an option, I say, right? It really truly is an option. This way they know as a loan officer, my job is always to give the clients options so they can make the decision based on the information I provide. So it's really important that I cover this and say, look, it's just an option. This is all the benefits. But we could just go straight VA, we could just go straight conventional, we could do FHA, we could do first time buyer, we could do USDA, jumbo, non-QM, and the list goes on, you guys. So at New American Funding, we truly do it all. There isn't anything we don't do. And there's always a loophole, or I should say not a loophole, let me retract that, an outlet for every buyer because not everyone's profile is the same, not everyone's qualifications are the same. So we find something that fits almost every buyer. This particular program, it's not for everybody. But again, you're going to utilize it as a tool. And then my job is to provide this as one of the things that they could do to get into their replacement property. And I think I mentioned it earlier too, is they don't have to have a home to sell. They can be a first-time buyer and still use NAV cash. Basically, the true benefit is that they can buy the next home all cash with zero competition, well, very little competition, and no contingencies other than the home inspection. So it's just really a win-win. And honestly, the small fee that they pay compared to some of the other, programs out there, or even if they get like a bridge loan, those fees are going to be super high. I can tell you that right now because I've had people compare and they always come back. And I would say try not to refer them to do a bridge loan. If you have this and you're certified, give me a call and we'll try to see if this would work first before you go into a bridge loan, situation with them or offer them to look into that. But yeah, so this is it. And I wanted to actually have Rick maybe say a few words. Angel, Rick is our trainer.
Absolutely.
This is all he does. Is that okay?
Rick, I told the Hammers, you got to talk because you got to show your pretty face so people will look at you and they'll know who the person is who's dealing with this when they first start off the conversation. But Rick, you're handsome. You go ahead and deliver and tell us what you got to do. But before you do that, everybody, I'm going to say this. The cash offer for me, when people bring me offers and they're cash, I know the difference in the packages, but here's what I'm going to say about you, Hammis. Sometimes when we start up and we meet a client, we do the listing presentation, they're not ready to sign up with me. You guys know my line. I'll say, when can we take the pictures? And they tell me, well, let me think about it, right? Well, I still connect them with Hamas. Hamas does the communication, and then Hamas calls me and says, Angel, they're talking to Felipe Aragon. What? Angel, they're talking to Mariana. What? They're talking to Caroline. What the hell? I gotta learn to make the call because I'm gonna lose it. The whole point is that you need a loan officer that isn't there with you, working with you, and calls you back and says, dude, you better call this guy because it looks like they're talking to somebody else and you don't want to lose them. Go ahead, Rick.
Really
Sorry
quick,
about
sorry. My favorite conversation at open houses is, do you like the house? Yes, I love it. Awesome. Is this your first time purchasing? No. Also, you're a homeowner. Yes. Would you be selling your property to purchase this one? Yeah, I mean, if I really like the house, yes, I'm willing to sell my property to buy. Okay, perfect. Well, did you know that you could buy this house cash today? And then we can worry about selling your property later. And they're like, oh, how? How does that work? And I'm like, yeah, it's this program, buy before you sell. Oh, well, my realtor didn't tell me about that. Oh, well, yeah, who you work with matters. Not everybody knows. And that is how I pull in some buy before you sells.
You guys,
that.
I've been doing this almost 4 years, and I am not kidding. Angel is using this exactly the way that I try to teach it. You use it to make yourself unique, first, best, or different. And I want to say hi to Angel. I've never met you before, but you've been on my radar since about 2005. I used to be with Beachside, and I was part of that countrywide merger. That bank, that B of A branch on Whittier Boulevard at Whitwood, that was my branch. And I would walk across the street to Beachside, and you know they had us. I was part of that with Tom Denny, part of that alliance. So I've known of you for years and years and years, and he understands this program better than anybody I've met or talked to. I'm not kidding you guys. That's exactly how you use it. And that's why I told Hames that you want to ask everyone, has anyone helped you write cash offers yet? You got to be first, best, or different. And thanks, Angel. I always say I have a face for radio, but we're nationwide.
You sound, no, your voice sounds like you're a radio announcer.
Well, yeah, thanks. You know, I enjoy what I do. I was a realtor 10 years. I used to farm 500 homes in Anaheim Hills. And then I became in-house at Beachside and followed my former boss over to New American Funding. And that's where I saw this program. And because of my background, when I saw this, I jumped. And I've been doing this NAV cash program. And you guys really need this. There's things that they haven't even touched on yet that could add value to your business. So we do a 1-hour class. I've been dropping the link in the chat. You guys are asking some great questions, but the class takes almost an hour. And so we do it every day. It's free. Just pick the date and click that link, register, change it to Pacific time. I do Thursdays and Fridays. I'd love to meet you. I do the loan officer trainings nationwide. I just wanted you to know I know who you guys are. And, you know, that was my neighborhood. That was my backyard where you guys are. And this program can save your bacon. It's not just to help them buy before they sell, but you want to have this in case your transaction hits a snag. Hamis mentioned we could buy a home in a few days. If you get that call, hey, we just lost our buyer and you have to close in a week, we put them in on Monday and close them Friday. We pay the seller and get them on their way. And like Angel said, you may never do one of these. It'll make you a ton of money. Even if you never do one of these, if it doesn't fit, if they don't need it, they don't need it. But if they need it, we could be the solution to save your compensation. I love it when we save a realtor their commission. So would love to have you get into the training, would love to work with you. Hamas would be your contact person, but it will take an hour for you to go through and get certified. And then we will, get you a email banner for your email signature. It says you're NavCash certified. And I love it when people say, what's NavCash? Is that like crypto? You know, they've never heard of this, you guys. And you got to set yourself apart. Be different. Give them something that, you know, they're going to want to know what you know. And it can make all the difference in your business as a listing agent or working with buyers. Cash is king in any market. And we expect January to take off like a rocket. People are tired of waiting. They didn't see rates come down or prices come down, and they're just tired of waiting. They're coming back in January. So you want to get your marketing out there, and NAFCash is a great way to get those buyers that dropped off the radar out there again shopping. Larry, your hand's up. Is that a question for me?
Yes, sir. I took I don't know if it was you, but I took the class and got certified. How long does that last, or do I need to do it again at any
Forever.
point? Okay,
You're
thank
good.
you.
Yeah, and we do refresh. We would like you to take a refresher if you've forgotten, because it has evolved a bit. We just improved the program for California only. We don't have any deadlines for them to sell their current home. We go 60 days, and then we extend a third month if needed, a fourth month if needed. But California only, they have regulations where we can only increase rent 5% the third month. Everywhere else in the country, it's 10%. And so this is the one time California is less expensive than somewhere else. So there are some changes to the program. We did add jumbo in our portfolio non-QM, bank statement, tax return, loan programs. That opened up NAFCash to a whole bigger group of people. But we just want to teach you how to use this the way Angel does to get listings and get that business. So, Angel, it's just been a pleasure hearing you do, explaining this, how you use the program. It really has been great.
You know what, Rick? I even simplified it. It's in my school community, the actual listing presentation, how I present NAVCash. So for all you guys that have been with me for a while, go there and type in New American or buy before you sell program, and you can see the video. It's 15, 20 minutes how I break it down. So Rick, you're right. This product for me has been one of the tools, and it's been available for everybody, but agents don't know how to deliver it. Because every time I used to do 200 listing appointments, even at the 180, I ask people and I see it in their face, nobody presents it. And if they do, they over explain it, and they shoot themselves in the foot, because when I tell them about it, they go, that's not how they explained it. I was so confused, because they're trying to explain the entire process to them when really they should leave it up to you and Hamas to explain it. Our job is just to give them enough information to choose you as the real estate agent, guys. So does anybody have questions for Rick or Hamas or Leonard?
One of the questions is, are you in selected states or do you do
Nationwide.
Nationwide.
So we help we solve the trailing family program for reloads. So it really is a powerful program, you guys. I've been in the business decades, and when I saw this, it was like, man, that is a game changer. And I know I could promote this program. So get in the class, please register. We're going to be doing them every day. We're off Christmas and off New Year's, but we will get you certified, and we will. I just tell people.
I do have a question when you're done.
Yes, sir. Go, Felipe.
Yeah, I'm certified. I haven't used the program yet. I pitched it to a few customers, but what's the rate again for California, please?
2.05. And I'm good at math, but I always round it to 2. And then you guys, when they get focused on that, I say, hey, what if you factored in a cash discount and the seller agreed because they saw less risk? And what if you ended up selling your home for more because it looked beautiful? We got you out of your current home. We give them the keys to the new home. And you could end up with a nice vacant listing. Like Angel said, there's your new home base. You want to go up and down that street and generate some more activity. But it's very easy for this program to pay for itself. I don't worry about the service fee, you guys. To me, it's a really a no-brainer. What's there to think about? If you can cover the cost with a cash discount, and you're going to see more cash offers in the starter homes. That's the highest percentage of cash offers is in the starter homes, the ones that Wall Street doesn't beat you to. They're out there trying to buy those, and people downsizing. They love high rates because they don't need a mortgage. It weeds out their competition. You're going to have a plan to deal with other cash offers, other cash buyers. And NavCash, we remove contingencies for appraisal or for financing. It's an all cash offer. The seller's eyes light up. It's our proof of funds that gets you the deal. And they can see how many properties we bought in the last month. We show them the property addresses and wire transfers. They see less risk. That's why they go with the cash offers. And you're 7 times faster into contract with a cash offer. I'll promise you something. If you write cash offers, you'll make more money.
Yes.
Because you'll be free to work with other buyers. You'll get more offers accepted. And you'll get
question. I have a question for a client. It's okay to ask questions or no?
Go ahead, Andy.
Okay, I have a question. So a client, right? They have an investment property. They want to sell it. Can we use this program to buy their next property cash and then have the investment property for sale, or it only qualifies for primary residence?
Yeah, primary, Andy. And I don't understand why we don't allow them to sell that investment. But it's a buy before you sell, and there's could be tenant issues. We've purchased 2,000 homes. We've learned some lessons, and so that's a great question. And I had to confirm that this week. It's not for them to buy or sell an investment property. So great question.
All right,
I'm gonna add something for everybody here. Felipe, you had asked the question. That was a great question, but I'm gonna encourage you guys. Don't go too much into explaining the program to the client.
Exactly.
But if the client says, well, can you tell me how it works? I actually round it off just like Rick does. Well, it's about 2%. Because if you go 2.2 and a quarter, 2.21, you're going to confuse them. So I tell them, it's about 2%. So on the net sheet, I show them what 2% is on the commission structure, right? And I just put it in the equation, right? This is using the net sheet. Then I go over to buying a property. I show them what their payment's going to be. I put the 20 back in, I take the 20 out, and they go, it's not much of a difference. Wow. And we can buy a house cash right now. I'm telling you guys, this is what Wednesday's classes are for. We use the NAV cash, we use the DSTs, we use everything. So on Wednesdays, if you guys think you know it all, well, Wednesdays is the class that I break it down for you, and you will learn how to present. If you're not sure, ask during the questions. Can I role play? Can I do the NAV Cash program? Absolutely. That's what we'll do for you guys. Okay. I'm also going to add one more thing, everybody. I want to show you something. So this is proof. This is an actual listing presentation, guys. In there, at this point, if it's a seller, I tell them about how we can find a home first. Of course, I want them to list the house first, right? But I tell them, hey, we can find your home first, pay cash rate, you move into it. I got their ear ringing. I scroll down and I bring up the product again, telling them how I'm going to promote their properties by utilizing social media to attract buyers. And we're going to find someone who has a mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, their kids in a little house, and they're too crowded and they need to buy your house, Mr. Seller, and they're going to move in and give you cash. I reminded them again and they bring it up one more time. Wait a minute. Are you saying I can use that program again? Yes, you can. Now I pull them something a lot different than what the other realtors does. The whole point is this is how you're going to get the listing, guys, every single time. You utilize NAV. You utilize DST if it's an investment property. You utilize the net sheet. You go through all the 6 pricing. You talk about capital gains. You show them what their payment's going to be on something else. You qualify them. You qualify them like a lender on the spot. During that conversation, you bring up whatever the best product is for them. NAV cash, they're paying. And next thing you know, the last question you're going to be asking because of this program is this. This is the last question. When can we take the pictures? Now you got a paycheck coming your way. Imagine how that feels. Now you have not just one check, you get 2 checks because now you're going to find them a home. You're selling their home. You're going to find them a home. You got 2 paychecks. Okay. Buyer walks in. They're not going to buy your property, but you present the program. Now you got 3 paychecks. You see what I'm saying? They're so impressed with you. They refer someone to you. Now you got 4 paychecks. Utilizing the program, you can make 100 grand working part-time. I hope you guys are getting this. I get goosebumps just thinking about this because it makes me a lot of money. All right. So I'm hoping you guys understand the message. Some of you are on Zoom. You're probably listening to us and you're not paying attention very, very well. So I want to see in the chat. In the chat, tell Hamas and tell Rick, you guys love this program. I want to see in the chat how many I love this program we get. Let me see if these guys are paying attention. They love your program.
And
All
you
right.
guys, I do want to say really quick before I thank you all for being here. Our proof of funds, like Rick said, Rick, tell everyone more or less what we show in our proof of funds that really gets to seal the deal for our agents. What's in our proof of funds account, more or less? We can't hear
Okay,
you.
there we go. It's not the $3 or $4 million, honestly. It's the 30 or 40 properties that we just bought. They see less risk. They see we could buy their house 10 times over any day they choose. And like Angel said, keep it simple. We tell them, hey, when do you want your cash? And that's why they accept our offers at significant cash discounts. It really works. Thanks, Hamas. I got to run on to
Thank
another
you,
meeting.
Rick.
Thank
Have
you,
a
Rick.
great week. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry
Thank you,
Christmas,
Rick.
Rick.
Thank you.
All right. So I
You
think we've got
guys, again, it is a conversation starter. You do not need to know this program like the back of your hand. You don't need to master. You're not the loan officer. All you have to do is learn how to deliver the message. Do you want to buy a house cash without even having to use your cash and then sell your house later? It's amazing.
here you go, guys. Go here. All right. You're gonna go into if you need more, and all those that are members, you should know this already. Okay, but just to recap, if I go to classroom and if I go to in here, hey, he changed it on me. Holy moly. Wow, we added more stuff in there. Buy before you sell. There it is, guys. Okay. The listing presentation, the live role play, how I present. So log on there, take a look at those. You know, each one's like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, somewhere 45, but you'll be able to present. And this is so important when you guys go to these listing appointments. All right. I think we got Denise. Did you give your number for a reason? Did you want us to invite you to the 1015? And Jordan, I didn't get Jordan's number to invite him for the 1015 class, but go ahead and put it in there so Lily can text it to you. Does anybody have a question on how to present this product? Is there confusion? That's what we're here for. Or any subject on what we do to get listings. Anybody? Okay.
I had a question for Hammond. Is Hammond still here? I need to take that refresher course.
Say it again.
For Hammond, I want to take the refresher because I've already certified on buy before you sell, but I want to take the refresher.
Absolutely, Larry. Thank you. It's in the chat, love. It's right there. Rick put the Calendly on there. And my phone number is there too. If you don't see his link, just text me and I'll email you the link. And they do have trainings all the time. Yeah. So just jump on one. It's 45 minutes. I promise it goes by fast. You're going to get a lot of great information during that training. Once you're certified, you just call me on your next deal and we'll get the client pre-approved and we'll go from there. I will hold your hand through the whole process. And Rick's really good, you guys.
All right. So look, watch this. This is Realtors in Whittier. Okay. I fixed it. So now I come up every single time under sponsor, and it's such simple modifications. I'm number one here. I made some amazing tweaks. Twist, changes, whatever you want to call it, and it's ranking me here. All right. And I asked ChatGPT certain questions, and it came back with the answers because I know what to ask it. So that's what I'm going to show you guys around at 10:15 because I need you when people Google your name in your particular city, you need to come up. For example, I'm going to ask it, give me 10 top agents in Whittier, California. See what it gives us. And half the time it's a 50-50 shot. There you go. Okay. It didn't even give me, it gave my son. Look, Keith Hernandez. So right now, if you ask the system certain questions, right? I'll ask it again. How embarrassing. It didn't even give me today. Realtors who have sold 10 homes or more in Whittier. There we go. See you guys. And this is what we're going to be covering right now at 10:15. All right, everybody. I think we got Jordan. We got somebody, Denise, I think it was Nicole. Okay, go ahead and invite him to 10:15, guys. So,
Thank
hey,
you.
Hamas, you did good today. We were at 53 people, and we were at peak at 49. So you didn't lose that many. I told you. I said if you talk, Hamas, everybody will stay on. If a man talks, we lose people. So good job, Hamas. All right, everybody, say
You
thank you,
guys are
Hamas.
beautiful
If you
people.
guys don't mind, thank you, Hamas.
Thank you, Hammond.
I'll see you guys at 10:15, everybody. All right.
All
Lily,
right.
are we having, did I say we're not having class on Wednesday? Are we, Lily? Yeah, we are, right? This Wednesday?
No, it's Christmas Eve. No class this
Get a
Wednesday
break.
or Thursday.
All right.
I'm gonna miss you guys.
So I'm gonna get intoxicated on Tuesday night. All right, everybody. I'll see you
Merry
at 10:15.
Christmas.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
everybody. Have a great day.
Merry Christmas. That's
Merry
right.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.